Rondo kicks to Pierce. The tray, and the basket good. Pierce has got 7.
It's been really impressive at both ends of the floor so far early on.
Yeah, and it's for that reason that they've been able to jump out ahead early here.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 17.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hands.
And we'll return momentarily.
We'll be back.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Here is Lowry, looking for his first bucket of the game. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Patrick Patterson, Lee out there with Lowry, then it's Hill, and it's Budinger in at the small forward.
Well, we all know Rajon Rondo is among the fastest players in the NBA, but he's really the only Celtic who wants to get out and run. This is more of a half-court team. In fact, Boston finished in the bottom 10 in the league in fast break points.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Rajon Rondo's such a tough player. His former teammate Shaquille O'Neal remembered going up against him in the first round in 2001. He said being the big man and being the enforcer, he was killing us, so I had to touch him up. But I knew he was a tough kid because he kept coming down there. A lot of times you touch people up, they have a choice to make. I don't want to get fouled by Shaq again, but that kid kept coming. Guys, you remember Rondo in the playoffs last season? Dislocated his elbow and came back to play in the same game. He's a scrapper.
Not the biggest guy or the strongest, but you know what? He never backs down.
Who knows how far the Celtics would have gone if Rondo and the others had been healthy.
He showed so much heart playing through that elbow injury during the playoffs.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Figures on like the Celtics in the short base, bottom 10 in fast break points. I guess that's often the case for more veteran teams. They don't want to get into a trap game.
Yeah, I think they've got to be more efficient in terms of how they massage offensive possessions. I mean, you look at Rondo, who is an absolute burner, but the rest of the starting unit probably better suited to a half-court game. And it'll be interesting seeing how the Celtics go forward because Rondo moving into his prime and obviously more effective in an up-and-down game. Will the Celtics acquiesce to who he is and what his best type of game is as they go forward?
Game was in the
6 to
game.
shoot. Green, the best of Pierce. He's picked up by Lee, and that one's good by Pierce.
Creating that kind of shot in close is really your primary objective every possession.
Green against Patterson. On the money with the open jumper.
Defense gave him more than enough space right there. Last season was Patterson's rookie year out of Kentucky, and he had a nice season for the Rockets. Not the biggest guy down on the post, but very skilled, and he would always find a way to score when he was given the opportunity.
Here's Green, and it's Boston with another.
Look at that dime. On time and on target.
Rockets trail by 16. And here's Hayes. Pushes up. Can't get it to fall. Back to Patrick Patterson. Keep talking about him getting those minutes. Clark and being able to contribute like that will help him grow as a player, I'm sure.
Yeah, because that'll launch him into his offseason of work, and he should come back a much more confident player. And with Houston trying to rebuild, I think those extra minutes are going to help with his improvement and the improvement of that team.
Just zipping the ball around the perimeter. Good advantage for them in terms of points off assists.
Well, they say coaches always talk about how defenses can't keep up with a fast-moving ball, and attacking with the pass makes you much harder to defend.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
Well, defensively, the Rockets have been going in the wrong direction the last few seasons. Remember, they were once a top 5 defensive ball club, but the last couple of seasons they've become more offensive-minded, but their defense has suffered.
Allen outside.
For all those injuries and using the likes of, Tracy
He's picked
McGrady
up by
and,
Lee.
of course, Yao Ming. Makes it harder for them to defend.
Here's Pierce. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Lowry. Let's keep talking about the Rockets defensively when you consider that their front court featured a 6'9" power forward, a 6'6" center. They could have been a lot worse defensively.
But to their credit, they competed really hard at that end of the floor. They tried. They were limited from a personnel standpoint, and without any shot blocking inside, I think it's really hard to be an elite defensive team. You need presence inside. Shot blocking helps, but you need size at the rim to dissuade easy opportunities, and the Rockets really didn't have much of that at all and still showed pretty good grit in how they competed on defense.
Yeah,
O'Neal is screen on Lowry.
I'm watching them. Played hard in 2011,
Pierce against
2010.
Buttinger. Pierce kicks to Allen.
They were just
Lets the three fly. Shot is off. And the Rockets going the other way now. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They should have guys to be really aggressive. And I like that popping mindset. Stay aggressive.
Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Offensive rebound. Three-pointer. He gets it to go. Allen's got 8.
That's his second shot from long range in this quarter, so he's starting to roll. Good idea. Hold on to the ball. Take the last shot of the quarter.
Yep.
Here's Lee. Again, the Rockets score.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
Allen for 3. And no good trying to get that one. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Celtics out in front, leading by 17.
David Bruce here. Welcome to the HP Halftime Report. So far, we got a lopsided game out in Houston. The Celtics coming out of the gates in charge. Defensively, they're putting pressure on the ball. They've come up with a ton of steals. Well, Paul Pierce is making it look easy against the Rockets. He's got 9 points and has added some assists to his totals as well. For the Rockets, they haven't had the same luck. Turnovers have been a serious concern. They've got to take better care of the basketball. A slow go so far from Kyle Lowry. He'll be happy to change baskets. Even told his coach the lid was on that side of the court. That'll just about do it here at the HB Halftime Report. The rest of the game coming right up.
Great game. Get ready. Second half play on the beautiful confines here in Houston, Texas.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Here is Lowry. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. On the floor for Boston. Ray Allen, Paul Pierce on the wings. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. And it's Rondo in at the point. Here is Rondo. They lead by 17.
Guys, I think the Celtics actually came into the playoffs last season with a little less swagger than usual. I mean, losing Kendrick Perkins in a trade seemed to shake them up a little bit. And with Shaq really unable to contribute due to injuries, a team used to being big inside perhaps felt a little smaller.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Now, guys, the Celtics have been accused of being a little bit chippy from time to time. They're not opposed to stirring the pot in that regard. Coach Stan Van Gundy said they create it and the other team can't play through it. He noted that because of their success, they get the benefit of the doubt. The Celtics are one tough group, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
Elite teams tend to get calls in their favor, and the Celtics have been elite for a while now. So they'll usually get those calls.
To set the table there well with the Celtics and their injuries that did play a role in the postseason, not just in the front court. The Dislocated elbow of Rajon Rondo also factored in. Steve, that was a huge hit for that team.
Yeah, I was amazed that he was able to return in that game and continue to play the rest of the series. But it did limit him. And with Rondo slowed down, the Celtics had a tough time scoring. In fact, Miami really played him and Boston kind of 5-on-4. They didn't honor his offense, and it really cost Boston.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively. Good defense there. He was just waiting for that one. Well, finally, it's nice to see the ball actually go through the hoop.
Yeah, that always makes the game look better. I mean, it's been ugly so far here, but hopefully shot making will improve the looks of this one.
Chris Ditch, he's checked in for Boston. No good there. He's unable to convert in the three-point play.
It would be easy to go on at length about Rondo's shot, but one theory is his hands are actually too big, and I think there may be something to that. When you talk about some guys who struggle shooting the ball, it's almost like he's holding a tennis ball out there. It's an asset in some ways, and maybe in terms of shot mechanics, it can be a little difficult.
Outside Rondo. Pierce inside the three-point line. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Clark, you brought up Rondo's hands. He can palm the ball standing at 6'2". And sometimes you see him drive the lane and look like he's going to pass and shake it back at him and bring it back again. And do okey-doke. He's a talented kid. There's no doubt. You can do that, Steve.
No, that's impressive. At 6'2" to have hands like that, and that's a big reason why he's got such great ball control in transition, and that's why he gets so many steals, too. Long arms, big hands. He's just really, really tough to deal with out there.
Shot clock
Really
at
palm the
5.
ball.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the Rockets just barely missed out on making the playoffs a year ago, but they were tough on their home court. They went 25-16 in Houston.
Yeah, they were very, very tough. It's true. 2011, 2012. I would say they only had a real big center.
And the first one.
When they played.
Well, Steve, talking about this Houston front office, very forward-thinking. They've got some smart people in there crunching the numbers. Now, a lot of teams are kind of following that same pursuit.
Well, you know, there are no bigger copycats in the world than those in sports, coaches or presidents or general managers, and that does seem to be the trend around the league. I mean, every team looking for an edge, trying to find the right players, right strategy, and measuring success almost on a play-by-play basis, and the Rockets somewhat at the forefront of that kind of movement. And you know what? I think there's some merit to it. I don't want to go overboard with it. You still need the software, if you will. The numbers are the hardware, but the software is the people that can make some of those decisions. And if you got a good blend of both, you can be successful.
That's a nice answer.
Who we call analytics, and nowadays,
Allen
you
against
have a
Lee.
good team.
Over
Most
Allen.
times you have a good team. You have a
No good from Lee.
good management.
And not really the
Make good
guy
draft
you want
picks.
taking that shot there.
Rondo against Lowry. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3 seconds.